Hello everyone and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Hugh Hat-Trick channel and our weekly race guide. Well, we've got a great race collection for you this week. In Race A, it's the Tsuba Circuit in the Nissan Fair Lady. In Race B, we've got Group 4 at Dragon Trail Seaside. That should be fun. We've not done that for a little while. And at Race C, we've got Group 3, the Daytona Road Course, which we have done before, but that should be fun. And it's going to be able to set some great times. And I think we've got some really good combinations to have some fun racing this week. Let's get into Race A and let's see how to do a good lap. Okay, here we are at Tsuba. We're on the interior shot to give you an idea of what we need for braking. Let's get into it all. Right, coming into the first corner, we are braking just before the 50 board. And we run a little bit wide, so you might want to brake a little bit earlier than that. The car, you really need to brake in a straight line, otherwise you're going to struggle. Accelerating out, taking the curb on either side, braking quite early, and then let the car kind of roll through this corner to then try and accelerate out into third gear, and then a little bit of braking to try and help the car turn in a bit. It's very tricky. And then accelerate out. You need to take a little bit of grass just to try and keep the car, get a good line through there, and then down into second gear for braking, just about get an apex there, and then over onto the straight. And this is a critical one. Now, some people might stay in fourth gear a bit longer. I was changing down to third pretty much as I braked, trying to hold a little bit of that right line and the apex as we come through, and then accelerating out. You can use all the curb and more on the exit, and that gets you a 103.855, which at the time of recording was 50th in the world. So it's going to be a good combination. It's going to be tough. I imagine there's going to be lots of dive bombs on that first corner. I will do a few races here just to see what it's like, but that is Race A. Race B is Dragon Trail Gardens in Group 4. Let's get on to the lap to see how I did. It's a firm favourite of many sim racers and GT Sport players. This is all flat out, right the way up into sixth gear. And normally I brake just as you come into the red part of the tarmac. There's the red part, joins the tarmac, then hit that apex there, clip the right one, and then accelerate out. You can use a lot of curb on the left hand side, and straight line it there. You might need to just lift slightly as you go across this curve, otherwise it will understeer, and then braking hard into second gear. Try and take that curb out so you can join up with the outside curb and accelerate out. Got a 35.8 for the first bit, which is not too bad. And down into fourth, and let the car glide in as much as you can, up into fifth to take the second corner, and then hold as much speed as you can. Watch out because the car does understeer, and if you get the line wrong you'll end up going well wide and off into the wall. Coming down the hill, it's as the curb starts, that's what you need, and then into third gear. Try and really hit that apex and just wait long enough so that you can accelerate fully and get out into the next straight. The 9.6 was the second sector, and into the chicane of death. Round and braking just, or lifting off just before the bridge, and then it's flat out again, trying to keep a nice line. The car should come round. I'm looking under the tunnel here. I'm looking at roughly at the 100 board to brake, but possibly maybe a little bit earlier, although this worked quite well as you come in to the right hander, taking as much apex as you can, as much curb, and then running the car out. And now back onto the start-finish straight. What will it be? A 146.222, which at the time was in the top 130. Still a wee bit away from what I would like. I think I could get into the 145s, but not too bad. This is going to be an interesting one. You can do brake balance, but I think it will allow for quite a different range of cars, although the Mazda is very good on the straights, so it might have an advantage. But that's Race B, so let's go on to Race C. Here at Daytona, and it's the internal roadway, the kind of road track, which we've done on a few occasions, but it's quite fun. So let's see the fastest man at the time of recording this, which was D. Vigneswaran. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's see how well he did. He was very, very fast indeed. So he's coming into the start-finish to go out to cross the line now. There he goes. He runs the car out wide and then just before the corner. He starts to brake into second gear, holds a nice line there. We'll try and go there, that's a bit better. Give a better run here, and then into the right-hander. He's braking nice and early before the cones on the right, because this is a corner that drags you in and accelerates out nice and wide, and he gets a good exit there. What time will he be doing? A 28.1 for the first sector, and then coming into the right-hander, braking before the tarmac ends on the left, and then nice and smooth, and then that's what you've got to do. You've got to be quite late on acceleration, just slowing the car down, let it roll around the corner, and then just as the corner turns to the right, he brakes, hits that apex perfectly, and is able to accelerate out nice and early, and gets a 52.1, which is pretty good for the second sector. But the key thing is, it's the final sector that makes up all the time. So you're coming round the banked left-hander. He's as close to those two yellow lines as he can, but try not to have any kind of bumping on it, because that can slow you down. And he's braking between the 1 and the 2, and he goes into third. Oh, he takes a lot of curb and a bit of grass, and then a lot of bit of grass and curb, and he's just straight lining it as much as he can. But look at that, he gets a 22.6, just to show you the difference. I was on a 24.0, but because he managed to straight line that, he's taken 1.4 seconds off. So he did have to kind of use the gears quite a bit there, and down into third, where I just would have gone into fourth. Look at that, he's virtually on the yellow, on the inside of the track, but he gets a 43.7. 143.799, which is really, really good. That's what you have to do if you're going to get a good qualifying time. Now, this is a track where you can have a pit stop. I did stop for fuel because I used the GT40, the LM car, just as you see there. Seemed to be quite competitive. I actually went from 12th to 6th in the end. Had quite a good race. But there you have it. All 3 races this week. Thank you very much for joining with me, and a very warm welcome to 2024 to all our new subscribers, and of course our existing ones as well. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. But crucially, make sure that you watch our show on Thursday. We've got the world champ. That's right, we've got Michael Hizal. He's all the way from Germany tonight, and from Germany, and he will be speaking to us on Thursday. So get your questions ready. Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Make sure you don't miss it. And I'll see you soon. Drive fast, but drive your bus even faster.